I want to tell you an amazing story about how Rav Goren and Yeshiva Bochrim saved Yerushalayim from this beautiful sefer about Rav Shlomo Goren. That's also in his autobiography, the full story, and it's absolutely astounding. It all began one day in Yeshiva when Rabbi Shlomo Goren was also the chief rabbi at the time, right in 1948 during the Independence War. In addition to being the chief rabbi, he also was a regular soldier with a regular post. He refused to just be a chief rabbi in some office. He said, even if I'm a rabbi, that means I have to be fighting. And so he was a fighter. One day, David Shaltiel, who's the chief commander of the army, comes up and drives right up to Rabbi Goren. So Rabbi Goren gets out immediately, salutes him, and says, "What's up?" So Rabbi David Shaltiel had some bad news. The Jordanians, he had just gotten word, Abdullah intended to attack Yerushalayim on Shabbat on Saturday morning. And this was terrible because Yerushalayim at the time was a border city between Jordan and Israel. And many, many people were very scared, for good reason, that Jordan, with their mass army and their trained Jordanian legion, was going to conquer Yerushalayim. Meanwhile, most of the soldiers, almost all the soldiers, had been fighting on the other fronts down near Egypt, and there's almost no fighters left to defend Yerushalayim. So he comes up to Rabbi Goren and says, "The tanks are coming very soon." And so Rabbi Goren gets up immediately and says, "We'll do whatever it takes to save Yerushalayim." He says, "Good. This is what we need to do. We need to dig big ditches in the ground so that when the tanks come, they go right into the ditches." He said, "Okay, sounds good." He said, "The thing is, you can't dig the ditches during the daytime because then the Jordanians are going to see it and they're going to shoot you. The only time you can do the ditches is on Friday night when there's no light and they won't be able to see. So you have to convince the Yeshiva Bochers to violate Shabbat to build these ditches." So Rabbi Goren understood the situation. He says, "Absolutely, no problem." And that Friday night, he ran from yeshiva to yeshiva, and he went to the Rosh Yeshivas, and he went right at davening, right at Kabbalat Shabbat, and says, "My friends, this is not Chilul Shabbat, this is Kiddush Shabbat. The halacha here is clear that this is Pekuach Nefesh. We have to break Shabbos to sanctify Shabbos, to save the Jewish people. That's what the halacha is." And of course, Rav Goren is a very respected, wise rabbi. And he was able to convince the Yeshiva Bochrim, because again, there was no soldiers left. The soldiers had basically ran to the other fronts. The only people who could build these ditches were the Yeshiva Bochrim. And that Friday night, right after davening, they skipped their meal. Everyone was digging ditches. Shabbat Baboker, Saturday morning, right at Netz. Reb Goren is right on top of his post, looking down as exactly like Shaltiel said, the tanks start rolling in, and 3 tanks immediately fell into the ditch. Boom, boom, boom. It worked. The other tanks see this. They don't know what they have in store for them, and they ran back to Jordan. And in that way, Yerushalayim was saved in 1948. All in the zechus and the merit of Rabbi Shlomo Goren's wisdom, his strength, his gevura, his inner strength, and of course, the wisdom and charitzut, and the diligence, and this is our mission. We have to do it no matter what, of the Yeshiva Bochrim of Yeshiva, who saved Yerushalayim. So, Shiat Amecha, of course, really, it's in the schos of Kadosh Baruch Hu, who saved us in 1948. We're able to sit here in Yerushalayim singing songs of praise. Hoshia et Amecha Uvarech et Nachaletecha Mure, 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 mure Benase, mure, benase Manaula Have a great day.